Hi, I'm Jennet Ingle, the 5-Minute Reedmaker, and I'm responding to a question from Dean about weather and reeds. Dean wrote, "Something I'm really having issues with is how the weather has changed here in Michigan and how my reeds have started to split down the center or just die altogether. I had this happen the other day. Reeds that were good on the day before, on the day of a concert when the temperature dropped and we got snow all of a sudden, wouldn't play and I did not know what to do with the reeds. Any help in this area would be amazing." Ugh, weather affecting reeds is the worst. I'm in Indiana, just south of Pordine, and we have some dramatic seasons here in the stupid Midwest. I'm not talking about little weather changes. If it rains one day and it's sunny the next, my basic reed making system still works fine. Maybe I choose a different reed from my case for that specific concert, but my reed principles are still useful. But when the climate changes, when we move in mid-October from cool days to cold days, or when it suddenly feels like that nip in the air is there to stay, or when suddenly in March the cold doesn't feel so eternal anymore, something more fundamental shifts and reed after reed will refuse to vibrate or have a totally unmanageable opening or just cannot be balanced using any of my known techniques. Is this a difficult topic? It's a real thing, but I'm so much in the habit of just reacting to the reed in my hand that somehow I never do remember from one seasonal change to another what it is that I have to do to fix the big situation. And so I seem to get caught off guard for a week or two in the winter and the spring every year. Yes, even me. It's especially true because I batch process, as you'll recall from my video batch processing. So I'll be working today on reeds that I wound 2 or 3 days ago, and every one of them will feel terrible. And even if I'm quick to diagnose the problem, I have 2 more batches, like another 24, 25 reeds on their way through that I know will be just the same. So what's the advice? In the immediate term, it's really hard to adjust a reed that was made and balanced in one climate to work well in another. Even if that climate change consists of the same house 2 days apart after a big temperature drop, sometimes the reeds just won't vibrate right. But I do find that the older and better broken in a reed is, the better it survives that change. So I have a wide variety of reeds in my case all the time. The newest ones, the ones I'm just breaking in, are the first to go south when the weather shifts. But the old ones, usually I can find something that will work and it'll be okay. They're not always optimal, but they're safe. I can play on. But what do we do? To generalize very broadly, I think I have to tie on my blanks a little bit longer in the winter or use narrower shapes, which makes the throat and then even the upper part of the reed a little bit narrower, and then I wind shorter again in the spring. It's November right now, as I'm writing this, and I'm currently at 74 millimeters with most of my shapes, as opposed to my usual 73. And once again, I'm happy now with the focus and the opening of those reeds. I keep my basic tip and heart and back measurements the same, which can feel strange as I'm getting used to the change. I'm apt to eyeball the roof too high when I've wound it long, for example. Because I work from reed to reed individually, I can't exactly tell you if there's a difference in my scraping technique from season to season. I don't think there really is. But I do seem to want my reeds much more closed this season than I did a few months back. And so I'm using the U technique for the bottom of the scrape very intentionally to accomplish this. I also have a video that I just recorded about my U versus W technique, which should be out soon or maybe already. When you're experimenting and you're trying to make the seasonal adjustments happen yourself, I'd suggest trying only one big variable at a time. Try a wider or a narrower shape, for instance, or try winding longer or shorter, or try a different diameter of cane. The smaller diameters, as you recall, give you a bigger opening, so you might want to use that in the summertime. The smaller diameters tend to be a little more closed. Did I say that wrong? The bigger diameters tend to be more closed. Smaller diameters, more open. Or change staples. That can help as well. If you've shifted one fundamental thing, then work to balance the reed you have in your hands and see how successful it feels. If it's okay, try another one, and then only then should you consider changing a different variable or adding something else. Otherwise, we can make ourselves crazy way too easily. And for a phenomenon that happens at least twice a year, every year, there's just no need for that. Don't be like me and just adjust reed to reed to reed. Make a hypothesis, make a plan, and then maybe next November, you won't feel so completely at a loss. Thank you, Dean, for your question. It turns out I had way more to say than I thought I did, huh? This has been a 5-minute Reedmaker video. You can follow these short lessons right here on YouTube. You can subscribe if you wish. If you have questions or concerns, or you want to order reeds or cane, you can find me at jennetingle.com. In fact, I would love to hear from you. I'd like to hear what else I can help you with, and I'd like to hear what my next short video should address for you. Let me know. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.